Right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I wanted to make a quick video. The first two are obviously connected. Third one doesn't really seem like it's in place here, but I think it's well worth sharing. It actually was a call out from the Discord group. So I want to look at SERV as we're looking on the screen right now. I want to look at RR, which is basically the following one. It's also a robotic stock. And then Edible. We're going to look at EDBL as the third one. All right. So SERV today, I believe, had its earnings. I know I saw a headline at least. I think it was paired with earnings. Let me know if that's wrong. But there was a Shake Shack connection. So I love Shake Shack. I'll be honest with you. I eat about 3 hamburgers a week. So to me, that's good news. But the market, I don't know how much liked it. Okay. I know it's easy to focus on this green 9% day, but I don't like today. And I'll talk about it more shortly. But look, we opened up here at 1390 and closed all the way down here at 11. More people lost about 10% than made that 9% that we see here. All right. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right. RR, like I said, this is basically the piggyback. This is a robotic stock. It had a very, very ugly drop. It hasn't really recovered from it yet, but you hear me say it all the time, right? We go away from the 8, we come close to the 8, right? And it wasn't really that up that we were looking for, but yeah, it looks like we're getting to it, and we'll see how it reacts to that, all right? And then EDBL. Is it this one? It is this one. This is an interesting chart right here. And I mean, we're going to talk about the gap. We're going to talk about the channel between the 50 and the 100. And you know I'm going to talk about that 50 moving average a lot. But really what happened, it was Coleman that dropped it. Coleman, where are you, bro? Right here. They had some earnings, and really it was the first beat in a while, and it was a pretty big beat actually. So again, I love earnings. I like to follow through with good earnings. It hasn't quite happened just yet, but ooh, this is hard to ignore going into tomorrow. All right. So excited to talk about all three of these for sure. But before we do go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time, oh, I am so grateful for it, all right? So, SERV Robotics. All right, this thing made a crazy run not too long ago, going from 2 something all the way up to actually 20 plus. All right, so I'm not going to talk about this run too much, but look, green, red, green is basically what we're hunting for here. All right, I think it's really interesting to see these last 3 days. All right, so we have been trading under the 8 moving average for quite a while. All right, and Monday's open actually puts us under both the 8 and the 20. This is borderline, right? This is not necessarily a confirmation, but that's not a pretty candle coming off the Monday loss of both, right? So today very much was a make or break day. I talked about it not being a beautiful candle in the beginning of the video, and I'm going to stress that shortly, right? But hey, at the bare minimum, we did not confirm the loss of the 8 and the 20, because you know if we lose the 8, then we lose the 20, we're going to drop all the way down to the 50, and that would have been that would have been painful, right? So today at the minimum, we're still at a place where we might be able to hold the 20, all right? What I don't like about the candle, if you actually look, I have 4 different candles. I have green filled in, green outline, red filled in, red outlined, right? I like the outlines more because this green one, yeah, 100%, this was a plus day, right? Yeah, yesterday closed all the way down here at 1040 basically. We're all the way up here at 1140. Like, we gained $1 for sure, right? That's good. I don't like today because, again, take a look in the box over there. We open up here at $13, almost $14. And we lose more than that $1.40, bringing us down to 11 something, right? Like, that is a 10% loss for more people than it is actually a 9% gain. You know what I mean? So not all green days are equal, and that is why I have these different, the four, right? There is good, right? You hit the $1 billion lotto. Hey, I'm making these videos all day and I'm quitting my job, right? I hit a $20 scratcher. Believe me, I'm gonna smile and buy some more scratchers because the addicted monkey in me, right? But you get it, right? There's good and then there's good. So I'm not a fan of this candle. Really, what needs to happen is this thing needs to, at the minimum, get over 1304. All right, 1304 is a really big number on the close for tomorrow. If we can get over that number, I'm going to start to believe. Truth be told, I think this is the better number, 1403. Okay, 1403 is the bottom of this July 29th candle. It is essentially the biggest candle to the left. And yeah, if we can start getting into this, oh man, that's where real good things can happen. All right. One thing I talked about, because we did talk about SERV today. Give me a second. SERV. I want to at least call this out for anyone that was watching. So 1386 was my money line for SERV today. And I got that from the 15-minute. So let's see what time I put that in. I put that at 8:50, 8, 9, that's 11:50 Eastern, right? So you can see around 11:50, what my goal was to get over this 200 moving average sitting around 1380, right? That was essentially the number that helped drive this money line. If we can get into that 1386-ish, that was going to make me believe we did break it and go. Instead, we rejected it. No, right? So if you're in the Discord, that's how I got my money line. Again, though, I'm now resetting, looking at the daily chart, and my money line's obviously a lot lower, right? 1304. I actually, one more time, I want to call this one out. I think this is the better one, 1403. But hey, believe me, I'm not here using the words buy, sell, or hold, right? Your risk tolerances might be different than mine, and so on, right? So let's talk about down here real quick, because these aren't good. Okay, that is not a good MACD. Yeah, it's definitely positive, but I don't like red over green. I want green over red, right? Green is good, right? It's like a traffic light, right? I see the same red over green right here, and I think that speaks to the, I don't really like this candle too much, all right? So it's hard to like SERV under 13, okay? One more time, I saw the Shake Shack news. Hey, I actually love Shake Shack, all right? It's a really good burger. Man, it's not my favorite burger in LA at the moment, but believe me, I eat about 3 burgers a week. Anything that's connected to a hamburger is good things for me, all right? But there are definitely a bunch of other little robots that do the delivery things in LA. I've actually never used it myself, but when I go to the nicer parts of town, you see them all over like Santa Monica and like the nicer parts of West LA. So is it a wild headline? Not necessarily, but hey, I like the connection to a good established, it's a growing company, right? Like they are building a lot of Shake Shacks. They are not done expanding. They're actually building a new one in Torrance. So there will be more in LA and you know, so on and so forth, right? So I do like all that, but end of the day, this is a hard one to like under 13. Let's go to the weekly really quickly. I mean, look, this thing can come all the way down to $8.40 and still be bullish. All right, because again, as long as you're over the 8 moving average, it's a good thing. And yeah, this thing broke it, but we still haven't confirmed, right? Like that's a good candle over the 8. That's a doji, that's a doji, that's a red, and that's a red so far, right? So this thing actually might drop all the way to 840. Let me see what 840 looks like. Oh, what are these lines? These are some weird lines. Let's do that. This line doesn't matter anymore because that's now where the 50 moving average is. So I'm going to move that up to here. And we'll keep that yellow. 841. We can fall. No one wants to fall from 11 to 8. All right, that's a lot of dollars lost, and that's a big percentage down. But one more time, we are technically bullish as long as we're over 840 on the weekly, all right? For me, I would actually start to get very scared around 11:10-ish, because again, I'm more of a daily chart guy than a weekly, right? So I would not touch this thing until 13. I'd get really scared around 11. If you're willing to hold a little bit longer than I generally do, I think 840 is a good number. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let me know if you have different opinions on that Shake Shack news. And please let me know if there was earnings. I didn't talk about earnings much because I thought I saw some headlines, but I'm not sure if I was 100%. I look at way too many stocks every day. So let's take a look at RR. Okay. This is a really interesting one for a couple of reasons, all right? First off, I'm going to zoom away from this thing. Obviously, we know how it ended, right? But hey, sorry, really quickly, if you can subscribe to this channel, if you can share this video, it does wonders. When you look at SERV, it starts to basically take off around this 22nd, right? Between those two candles. Sorry, not on the weekly. On RR, around that 22nd, it tries to mimic, it fails hard. All right. And this is what break them all and fly or lose them all and die looks like. All right. You can't make this kind of thing up, right? Did it deserve to fall that much? Oh man, no, it really didn't. There actually was no crazy headlines on this. This thing lost 73, almost 74% on this single Tuesday, right? The only reason was, in my opinion, it lost that cluster and there was absolute. This is what the black hole vortex and losing all five and die looks like on a single candle, on a single day, on a single ticker, right? So craziness. The one thing that never really happened was we never got that like crazy run up back to the 8 moving average. Believe me, this was a pretty good day, but the problem with this day was most of this actually happened in pre-market. I remember seeing this thing going from basically the 30s to the 70-cent range and then just staying right here and obviously coming back down to the 40s that we're at right now. But this to me is why, man, look, I am not a there are people, and I actually just created this. There are people. No, did I just click chart readers? I click chart readers, candlestick. There are people that have no MACD, no RSI, no moving averages, maybe not even going to draw any lines. You know, they probably would draw some support lines, but all they're doing is looking at these candles and making educated moves based on like 2, 3, 4 candles in a row, right? That's not me. I'm a break a line, lose a line kind of guy, right? Chart readers, that's what this is. The doji, this thing right here, is the one candle I can just, I give so much respect to. This is crazy uncertainty. This is, some people thought we were going to go back to the 8. Some people thought, nah. End of the day, the nah is kind of what won, right? And this is why I always say the doji doesn't count as a confirmation. You need to wait. And this coming down here, this coming well below the day before doji, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that we ended up going from 60 all the way down to below 50, right? So this, I hope, is very learnable, right? If you lost money during this, hey, you know I'm sorry. I don't want anyone to lose money. But I always stress the trading career you have in front of you, right? Like, you're going to make 1,000,000 trades. You will forget about this RR one day because you're rolling in the good trades. Hopefully, you're learning from this to make those good trades tomorrow onward, right? So RR, for me, okay, there's 2 ways of trading this, all right? And it just kind of depends on your style. For me, I would avoid this thing until we can get over, I'm going to guess we open here-ish. Come on, give me the slope. No, that's too low. Okay, I'm going to take this line. I'll take 59. If this can get over 59 cents, I think there's a really good chance that it's going to run to about $1. All right. If we can get over the 8, there is not a lot of things stopping it from the 20. That's just red, nothing, right? Another person might want to play this if it can break 50 to play it all the way up to 60. That's actually a 20% move, right? It just depends on how you trade and all that, right? But I think that those are the 2 moves here. For sure, if this thing falls under 47, if this thing hits 46 cents, I would be so scared and I would start to think to myself, this thing's about to go into the low 40s, if not even maybe the 30s, all right? So depending on how you want to play this, you can either play from where we're at to the 8 moving average, or, hey, wait for the 8 to break and hopefully you run to the 20, right? We're going to need some good volume. Okay, the one thing that has been missing here is volume. Let me try to, can I zoom in beyond that day? I can't. All right, but we have been under that white 50-day average line for quite a bit, and that's going to be a big thing. All right, so what do we need? We basically need 10 million shares. Let's do 12. I would like, if we can get 12 million shares in a 7-hour day, we basically need a little bit more than 1.5 million shares per hour. All right, if we can do that, RR has a real good shot of good stuff. All right. Right now, this is this is under all the moving averages, right? This is a negative MACD, right? I know 35 is a low number. The RSI was low, right? Like we've been lower. So unless volume helps it, unless we can get unless we can get over the 8 moving average, this thing is kind of saying I'm ready to go lower into deeper into all-time lows. All right. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. I want EDBL, edible. There we go. I want to talk about edible here. So this one I did not see. This one actually came from the Discord, and it's actually, what is he now? I don't think he's a, get out of here. Get out of here. What am I doing wrong? There we go. He is no longer a shabby shall. He's a thrive and chive is what he is. I don't see him right now. Edible. This is an interesting chart to say the least, all right? And you know, normally I start up here. I have to start down here, right? This is a big volume day. Big volume day. I'm zooming out. I'm zooming out. I'm zooming out. Today was the biggest volume in the stock's history, all right? When I go to the weekly chart, today's Wednesday. Today's not even a full week of trading. Today is already the biggest volume week ever, and we still have 2 days, right? There is a lot of volume coming into edible. Volume is king, all right? Volume is queen for my ladies out there, all right? If we can get over this 50 moving average, you can see I have the line at 183. That's basically what I'm calling the gap border. I mean, the 100 is all the way up here in the threes, right? But just look at this thing. We have pretty much been under that 50 moving average almost the entirety of this stock's life, right? And when you look at the weekly, it's even uglier. Sorry, I zoomed in too much. We've pretty much been under the 8 moving average the entirety. You know what I mean? So if we can start breaking some moving averages, my goodness, right? This is already over the 8 so far. Again, we want to see where this closes on Friday because this is the weekly, but this could be an interesting take of the 8 and really the 20, not as high as we saw in the other one, right? The other one on the daily was in the threes. This is at least 270 still, right? That's a beautiful number on its own, right? So when I was saying the other one, sorry, I'm zooming in too much. This is the 100 that I was talking about. But all right, what's our money line? Okay, I'm going to say this is your risk tolerance kind of level, but it's somewhere between 146 and 151. All right, I'm going to set an alert. Damn, I don't even know where to set that alert. I'm going to set it at the 146. I think I want to look. An alert is not an immediate buy notification, right? It's a hype. Come check out the charts and see what it looks like, right? But this is an interesting day. Look, it wasn't a beautiful candle. It's kind of like what I started with. We opened up here, we closed down here. Not the best, right? But look, we are over the 8 and the 20 at the minimum. All right. The bare bone line to get over is 137. All right. 137. What's this line right here? 141. I think 141 is another. I'm going to set another alert at 142. I think 142 could be an interesting place to look as well. All right. I want to start breaking into this red, right? Like there's a little baby plateau right here. There's a little bit of a bigger plateau right here, right? I want to get in right here to start thinking to myself, okay, we're going to come up to hopefully that 180 something, right? Will we break the 180? I don't really know just yet. But again, 2 things. MACD's getting close. It has that nice green over red. That's a nice, really low RSI. Oof. If volume stays around 19 million, that's going to be big. If we can get 19 million, if we can get around 2-ish million, 2.5 to like 3 million shares, that'd be big. If this thing gets like 27 million shares, if we can get closer to 4 million shares in that first hour, oh, Edible Garden might take off. I don't think this is edible arrangement. I will be real honest with you. I thought that this was edible arrangement when I first saw it. Maybe it is. I have no idea, right? To tell you that I have no idea what like 95% of the stocks I buy is like a very, very accurate fact. But this is a must watch. If we can break some moving averages, there are gap fills and red reds and oh my my's on this one. All right. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Even if you disagree, oh, I appreciate you so, so much.